Hey folks, Dustin DePirac coming to you here from the Bryce Jordan Center Media Room, a place I spent a good bit of time when I was an undergraduate. Interesting to be back. Big night for the Indiana Hoosiers tonight. First time since February 23rd of 2008 that they go on the road, go into an opponent's gym and come out with a victory. Um, wasn't I guess the flashiest or the nicest looking game ever, and they didn't exactly beat the best of Penn State teams. It's an Nittany Lion squad that has yet to win a Big Ten game, but still an important win for the Hoosiers. First time that they've been able to prove that they can go away from Assembly Hall and play with the sort of confidence that they do at home. It was really a steady game for them. Basically, it wasn't necessarily the most flashy. They shot 44%. More or less in both halves, but didn't turn the ball over, didn't do a lot of stupid things that maybe they've done away from Assembly Hall in their past two games at Michigan, at Ohio State, which both turned into blowout losses. They looked very confident even when things got a little bit shaky down the stretch. Jeremiah Rivers picked up 5 fouls trying to defend Taylor Battle, played only 17 minutes, and that's obviously not what you want from your ace defender when you're going against a guy like Battle, who's a all Big Ten preseason pick and, one of the best players, at least in this league, and maybe in the country. And Devin Dumas actually played probably almost unquestionably his best game of the season. 15 points, hit three big three-pointers, and defended Battle well. Battle still had 22 points. They had to take 18 shots to get him. And wasn't really able, not a lot of other guys were involved. Andrew Ott had, I think, 13 points, but that was the only other guy in double digits for Penn State. So Dumas did a pretty good job defending him. And again, the Hoosiers got big performances from Verdell Jones, who hit a huge three-pointer after Penn State had closed it to 3 point, had closed the deficit to 3 points with I think 4:15 left. He had a huge three-pointer, and then after that he went in the lane, fell back, hit a monster fadeaway that was just as big, pretty much put that game away. Also got some big free throws from Daniel Moore that really completely sealed the deal. Another big game also from Christian Watford, 11 points, 9 rebounds, and two big offensive boards that actually set up both of Jones's big buckets there. So just after what he did against Minnesota, grabbing the huge rebound that effectively sealed that one by putting him to the line, allowing him to make the two free throws that made it a 3-point game with 4.3 seconds left. Watford again comes up with a big rebound. So this does a lot, I think, for Indiana's confidence. They really looked shaky on the road up until this point. Just looked like really scared, I guess, when they left Assembly Hall. And here there was no fear at all, even when again when Rivers, who's one of their leaders and again probably their best perimeter defender, goes down with 5 fouls. They didn't panic. They didn't start trying to get everything back at once. They stayed steady even after they lost an 11-point lead to Penn State. Even after they built back a lead and let them come back, and Penn State just kept hanging around. Indiana didn't get concerned, didn't panic, didn't get flustered, didn't do anything dumb. So again, a steady ball game, and this team looked a lot more veteran tonight. Maybe not, obviously they're still one of the youngest teams in Division One, and this is Michigan State or Purdue we're talking about here with guys that have been, to the Final Four and such. But they at least showed the swagger of somebody that had been in a difficult situation and worked his way through it. Tom Crean said afterwards that you're seeing the effect of the Minnesota game, and it definitely seemed that way. After they blew a 15-point lead in that game, we're down 5, 6 points in overtime and managed to come back. You could see that sort of confidence, like, okay, we've been here before, we know we can do this. They actually said that, I guess coaches have been saying all week to be closers, to be finishers, and Doc Rivers, who was at the game tonight, actually came in and spoke to the team before the game, and that was, I guess, the motto of his entire speech was be closers, be finishers, finish the game, and they played that way tonight. They played like they were capable of just going through the adversity, sticking with it, and making their way through it. So obviously a major stepping stone for this. Now 2 wins in a row, and they get Iowa at home on Sunday. A team that's obviously had its struggles. Probably the one team that was expected to finish below Indiana in the Big Ten standings this year. So it's a chance for them to get on a roll a little bit, build some confidence, and allow this young team to get going. They got back to 500, 9-9 overall, 3-3 in the Big Ten. So they're a middle of the pack team right now. It's not going to get any easier. There's obviously going to be a lot more difficult games in this one. Penn State again, not the greatest team in the league. They still haven't won a Big Ten game at this point. Really been struggling at home on the road in conference. Trying really hard to find another score to go along with Taylor Battle, and it was proven again tonight that they really don't have that. Andrew Ott had a half decent game, but that was about the extent of it. So that team is obviously struggling. So it's not the biggest win they've had. I think Minnesota's probably a better team. Michigan's probably a better team, but it's still nice, big for the Hoosiers to be able to go away from Assembly Hall and get a victory. So thanks. Appreciate you guys watching and keeping up on the chat today, and we will be back in Assembly Hall. Get back to Bloomington tomorrow, and Hoosiers play Iowa on Sunday. We'll be back for that. Thanks a lot.